Disgaea 7 comes into full swing after many mainline games. The Disgaea series comes with interesting characters, wonderful stories, great voice acting, lots of humor, exploding penguins, and the most in-depth gameplay to learn. Even after a couple thousand hours for myself, I learned something new or a better way to optimize some strategy. From all the Disgaea games, there's no need to start at the first or in the middle. The stories within will not impact another, they're all unique. So what is Disgaea? Well, the definition is non-Earth, basically the Netherworld. It's just some demons looking to settle the score or perhaps get some revenge on some antagonists who put them through hell. I'm not one for story, but a quick TLDR. Disgaea 7 has Perilika seeking out in Hinomoto to restore Bushido back. She is met with Fuji and many other allies to find out about their past. They come together to help Perilika and bring Hinomoto back to what it was. Disgaea 7 is catered for those wanting to get into the Disgaea series. Even others who played Disgaea previously will enjoy 7. They definitely kept it fresh and fun throughout the game, without the need of super grinds or other Disgaeas have, where you could put hundreds of hours just to power up a character. I definitely recommend Disgaea 7, but if you need something for your budget, you can start with Disgaea 4 or 5. I wouldn't touch 6. These games go on sale every couple months too. So I will go over basic Disgaea stuff so anyone can learn and hopefully enjoy the games as much as I do. Before we do that, Disgaea 7 comes with 3 purchase options within Steam for PC. There's the base game, deluxe, and ultimate edition. While the DLC may be expensive, there's no need for those powerful units from the DLC. I've done all the endgame stuff without it, and the DLC is meant for those who played other Disgaeas and want to see their favorite characters. Mechanics. So, what is the gameplay like? It's simple, a tactical RPG. Or strategy RPG with complex elements, if that's easier to remember. Similar games such as Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem. You take units onto the field in a grid movement system, and you take turns to wipe out the other side. These units come out of a base panel. You can select up to 10 characters in a fight. You can mix and match units if you need to swap to more attackers or healers mid-fight. So you're never restricted on who to bring, there's only 10 on the field. These units can be generic to their class needs, or they can perform certain moves to that other classes already have. In the early game, you may come across a standard fighter with a sword or an axe to deal with the front lines, and you may see a magic user casting fire or some status-inflicting ailments to take on ranged units or support the team. Otherwise, there's other weapons such as spears, bows, and even guns. They all perform their niches, giving the player some strategy on what's best to handle certain maps. There are also more classes that cater to more specific weapons, such as a swordsman or a fist fighter, but that doesn't stop you from giving them a gun. Disgaea allows any class or character to learn almost anything else, except for the class or unique abilities. It's not just human-like characters you come across, there's monsters too. They have a special weapon type. This will boost their melee attack or their magical damage. Monster classes can also support their teams too, with the same magic skills human classes have. Once you hit that late game, Disgaea characters can become invincible death machines that can cast any magic or use any weapon type. Who knew a healer could blow up the earth with a big bang? One of the beauties of Disgaea is there is no wrong or right answer to a class setup or party creation for your units. Now that's just the basic form of combat. But what about the field? Lift and throw. Is the enemy too far? Just pick up one of your allies and toss them closer. So if you wanted to speed up your slow-moving attacker or tank to the front lines, now you can. Or if an enemy is getting too close to your ranged units, you can pick them up too and toss them away. I did mention there was exploding penguins, right? Well, be careful of these dudes on the field.
Look out now! Dude.
Base panel moving. There's always some neat tricks that you can pick up while playing. One of my favorites is using the base panel to your advantage. If you needed to move from the front to the back or another spot, you can double your movement doing so, hopping in and out for lots of mobility. Geos! There may be some awesome RGB panels on the ground. These are geo panels. Whenever a geo symbol is connected to them, they will create an effect for that panel color. Any of these effects will assist enemies or yourself. These can range from more defense, more attack, no entryways similar to a wall, or straight up invincibility, so you can have your own teammates attack each other. Don't like those effects? Just kill the geo symbol or throw it off the panels. But these also come with another quirk. Any opposite symbol color will cause the panels to explode. Now other effects can cascade and create some real madness. Capturing enemies? Forget all that field nonsense. Forget the fighting. Why don't we take the enemy hostage? Yes, you can. The base panel also helps you in the fight. Toss an enemy and overpower the enemy right there to recruit him for later. Now, these are all the basic things within Disgaea. What's awesome in 7, they brought jumbo units. Dominate the field with a giant fighter, a giant thief, or a giant crab. Not only your units can go jumbo size, the enemies can go jumbo too. While any unit isn't jumbo size, there's a field effect that affects both enemies and allies, whether that be more attack, more defense, or even restricted movement. Disgaea 7 will keep you on your toes on what's coming next. Another awesome thing that Disgaea 7 brought was the new improved hospital system, as the old one was anciently outdated. After a fight, you need to heal your units. Healing your units earns tokens. RP, roll points, however they call them. You take them to the evil gacha spin machine for more items and great powerful armors and equipment. This is personally my favorite thing in the whole Disgaea series, and they did an awesome job of it too. And no, it doesn't cost any real money, it's all in-game stuff despite being called a gacha. Demonic Intelligence. DI was introduced in Disgaea 6, and the balance of it was entirely padded by that mechanic. Ever thought of paying $80 for a mobile game? Well, like I said, don't. Disgaea 7 made it so you are playing chess with your own units, programming them in a way to conquer a map in the fewest turns possible. There's a neat minigame to get you started with basic stuff. After that, you can utilize your units on other maps and clear those maps easily. Even better, you can multiply your rewards for huge amounts of XP and money, without spending hours leaving your game idle to farm rewards. The smarter and better your DI setup is, the more rewarded you are. Okay, after mechanics, what's there to do? So there's lots of fighting going on. Great. What about the RPG part of the strategy? Units to make. Well, there's lots of units. A lot. Fighters, magic users, archers, thieves, martial artists, heavy knights, swordsmen, ninjas, sorcerers, angels, gunners, mycos. Wait, angels in the netherworld?
Oh God. Thank you.
And then there's the monster units. You got stuff like zombies, ghosts, moths, mushrooms, penguins, Brennies, catgirls, succubus, rifle demons, headless knights, and crabs. Now you can be the crab champion here too. All these units will have varying stats that will give them more or less attack, health, defense, you name it. On top of that, they will learn weapons at different paces. Obviously, a swordsman can learn swords faster than guns, so anyone can learn almost anything like I mentioned earlier. Time to level. Once you got your unit, it's time to level it up. From level 1 to 99, Disgaea can go to level 999. Even further with level 9999. Once you grind on some XP boosting maps, you can take advantage of the sheer numbers Disgaea shows off. Disgaea is well known for showcasing ridiculous levels and numbers to where damage is out of this world. But hey, it doesn't stop there. Reincarnations. So if you want to change classes or be a different unit, or do you want to have even more than 9,999 levels? Reincarnations reset a character back to level 1, making them level up again to go above and beyond with their stats. Instead of gaining 100 attack for every level, now you can have 200 attack per level. Reincarnate again, now you can have 300 attack per level, and so on. Not just your levels, items level up too. You grinded a map and got a sweet item drop, or you stole one from an enemy. You want it stronger? With the item world, they also get levels. And Disgaea 7, they also reincarnate, which means they can get some sweet abilities for your equipment to min-max even more damage across the board. A level 100 sword is definitely stronger than the normal one you get. Evil abilities, evilities. What makes a class and a character a character? A thief allows better stealing chances. Why not give that to a crab? That way you can claw for more loot. But if you need more support for the team, damage to deal, or things to tank with, your ultimate death machine is now ready after everything we talked about. So, what does Endgame look like? Okay, we got ourselves lots of monsters protecting a boss, tons of enemy base panels. The boss is a zombie maiden, that's gonna be annoying. And, oh god. Even more annoying if I even touch you. I guess I either attack you last, or I'm gonna have to attack you first. Alright, what challenge do we have? Hey, I've seen those before. Where's the enemies? Okay. Wait a second. Where's the boss? Oh. Oh no. Oh, this stage seems pretty big. Yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us. Everybody is obviously max leveled, and we got stats in the... Oh, these are just the enemies. Oh god. 10s and 20 mils across. Wait, is that a pretty boss? Why are your stats even bigger? Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Oh, you are... Why are you so strong? Ah! This is where stats are a requirement and your brain is put to the test. Even though there's no wrong or right answer to solve these harder maps, either you grind more for your ultimate character or take the time to learn how to counter what the enemy has. Disgaea has different ways to power up characters instead of grinding the same boring thing all the time from your average RPGs. Disgaea 7 does it amazing, while teaching the player the game's story after you beat the game, and even further if you want to challenge the endgame bosses. Now on to the ending stuff. I'm not gonna spoil the characters or story too much here, but Disgaea doesn't stray from their interesting designs and backstories, as well as their voice acting with lots of energy throughout the game.
But hey, are you here to rescue me? You'll convince the Demodor to pardon my execution?
No, I'll be your executioner. I'm a sweet demon, so I'll use pure malice to repay my debt. You're dead.
What's sweet about that?
Well, demons like us become more pure and innocent the eviler we get.
I see. So I should call you pure and innocent too.
I'll serve up a knuckle sandwich if you even think about it!
You wish to soak in the haunt springs? That's the plan. It's time to bathe. Well then, that'll be 10 million hell per person.
What?
Say what? No! Whatever's the matter? There must be some mistake. The letter we got yesterday said we were invited here free of charge? Take a closer look. It doesn't say anything about including the bath package, now does it?
What? You're charging 10 million hell just to get in the water?
As for the soundtrack, it's just awesome. Disgaea 7 did their music with a different composer, and they nailed it, keeping the story hyped up as well as stuff to keep grinding units and items with. These songs are quite the jammer as you hear in the background. And the game itself runs pretty great too. Haven't had a crash with it yet, but Nippon Ichi has been doing some patches to keep the game running well. Even a Nintendo Switch can handle this game. I'd assume the average PC can too. But if you want to play this, recommend getting a controller for precise and quick actions. I use an Xbox controller, but a generic or a PlayStation 1 will work just fine too, since the Disgaea series started in the Sony era of things. I've talked quite a bit, and this is my first time doing a full review for a game, so hopefully I didn't miss too much, or if anyone wants to comment about it, that'd be great. Otherwise, Disgaea isn't known to everyone, and I hope there's some interest for those wanting to get into the series. There's lots to learn, get overpowered, and have fun in many ways of grinding and customization. If it gets a score, Disgaea 7 gets a 9 out of 10 from me. It does a lot of aspects great and feels refreshing to get back into the series after Disgaea 6's disappointment. There's small things that bother me, such as combining geo symbols, not the panels, since other Disgaeas can, as well as a very stripped down item world that doesn't give huge incentives unless you spend the most amount of time there. But thankfully Disgaea 7 gives you lots of alternate options to make your characters and squad super strong. The cutscenes in the game are entirely done by the character arts, but it's not like it's a bad thing, but the previous Disgaeas had cutscenes using the in-game engine. But hey, these are all minor. Maybe we might get that cool anime intro in the menu again for Disgaea 8 someday. Fingers crossed. Anyways, I'm done ranting, and I hope others enjoy this game as well as other Disgaeas out there. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, dude.